Yes, we are here, we are here, we are here. We are here once again to be of assistance and service, to be able to provide you information that you are seeking. So we're going to just scan and see what is the most appropriate information we should be providing for you today. As we understand, many of you high frequency empaths are feeling these big waves of intensity, of unity, and of love, the ripple effect. We've always told you that love is contagious, and now you can understand how. There has been many demonstrations of unity and connectiveness, community, and these events happen in the weekends. And as you are feeling that energy ripple, it is making many of you feel quite exhausted, but not in a reason because you have done so much activities yourself, but it is just this recognition that you've been doing such a good job, such a high quality job holding frequency, that when it returns back to you, it sort of almost blows you away with that frequency that is just rippling out. You are seeing the impact of unity. You are feeling what it feels like for humanity to be awakening. Yes, of course, it's much slower than we all had anticipated, and it still is dragging on. But you can feel the shift, the expansionness of the vibration. It ripples out, and it's coming from every which direction now, as the vibrations are expanding and expanding and expanding. And so we are asking all who are feeling randomly and surprisingly flat on their feet. What is another way we can describe it, explain it? You wake up tired, more than you have before, even though you feel like you're getting longer hours of sleep, and you're feeling very busy in your dreamlike states. Doing your inner work is knowing how to balance your energy and just being in the present moment, drinking your water. Many of you have forgotten your water still. Many of you have noticed it's got colder and you do not want to have more water in your systems. And so you're starting to have more cups of warm things or alcoholic drinks or juices. You've forgotten that you are needing to have a good routine of water. And why? You keep asking us, do we insist on water? Because it's high frequency, and you are pouring higher frequency liquid into your system so you can be more of service and more connected. And some of you are thinking, I don't want to be more connected. It's too bloody exhausting for my body. I feel so lethargic, and yet I love to go and be so busy. And so we're saying, we don't want you to short circuit. You're all expanding your frequency vibrations, and we're wanting you to stay put and not distract yourselves and exert yourselves in your physical bodies. Some of you are actually doing a lot of other work, and even though you feel like you're awake and you should be doing X, Y, and Z in your daily lives, we've almost put you into a sort of a daydream, distracted, can't absorb anything mood, as you are still sort of in the body, but still sort of doing your other energy work. And so trust, whatever is happening is fine. We keep asking you this, to trust, to not stress about what's happening to your bodies. Do not think you're getting memory lapse issues because you're developing Alzheimer's. Trust. We're wanting you to focus on exactly what you're capable of focusing on. And so if you can just sit there and blob out as a little couch potato vegetable, this is very significant that you are doing this and honoring us, supporting you to be of assistance for all. Many of you think you need to be doing so much more extra staff. You need to be shaking up those sleeping family members, and you need to be doing X, Y, and Z to be of service and duty. And we're saying the fact that you just want to love your family and support your family is really a great mindset to be in. We are seeing less and less people inclined to have that bitter resentment of hate or frustration or disappointment or any negative thoughts on others. You're learning profoundly how to be accepting of others, including their reactions and their own inner work that is very obvious to them and to you, oblivious to them. Of most of the time, people's inner work is very oblivious to themselves, but you are able to see where their inner work is. And so you do not enjoy it when people were looking and pointing at you and saying you've got inner work. So therefore allow others to be able to grow with grace and to be loved and supported by you. You don't have to do their inner work for them, and it's actually impossible for you to do so. And you can't love them as a replacement of them loving themselves. You must enable them, empower them, encourage them to love self. There's a difference. We know you've all been so diligently in love with your friends and family who enjoy the assistance you give them and the intention that you give them when they have the dramas, but see that this is a reward system that's not really paying off for them in their growth expansion. When they get attention from you, when they have dramas, they will keep finding those dramas to keep getting the attention. You feel that supporting them through every drama is loving them. Sometimes there needs to be tough love to empower them. Instead of seeking out their dramas and problems, are they starting to seek out their own solutions and report back how they've mastered it? People are reaching out to you because they want things from you. And so can you try to flip the switch? Can you try to train them almost to run to you with their accomplishments so then you can praise them and give them gold stars? Figure out who is draining you energetically wise and time wise, and how is the best way to empower them and teach them to empower themselves and get reward systems from positivity rather than their body issues and their emotional dramas and their lack and their victim and their so on and so forth. It's very obvious when you are in that inner peace and neutral where and why people are contacting you and what for and what are they really needing. Remembering it's truly not your job to give them what they're seeking from you. It's more your job to show them what they're seeking and how they can achieve it for themselves. If they're wanting praise from you, how are you going to show them that they need to praise themselves and feel positive about themselves and stop seeking outside approval and attention? You may not always get the first conversation with this right, but be open to sharing with them your love for them and your inspirations of how they can empower themselves through positivity. And the law of manifestation is powerful because it will provide positivity. When they are positive, they will provide more issues with their bodies if they are still seeking what is wrong with their bodies, what's their limitations for their bodies, what is their lack of their bodies. We want to say some people who can't fly in this lifetime feel so frustrated. They just feel very depressed and have a disassociation with their bodies. And as last time we checked, most 3D people cannot fly with their own personal bodies. And so you have to check, is it truly attainable? What people are really wanting? Is their wish list part of their actual possible reality? And there is sometimes a disconnect there. But you can say with so much love and compassion and true integrity and true interest with your friends and family how to support and encourage them to be the best versions of themselves. Knowing the difference between teaching them and showing them and inspiring them versus just doing it all for them. We know sometimes you have tried to just do it for them thinking this was going to help them, but that enables them to know you will help them and provide for them what they are refusing to give themselves. Why are they refusing to give it to themselves? And maybe because they don't feel like they are even capable of it. And so you have to really think of all of their reactions, all of their behavior. You're not judging them, you're noticing them. You're observing them. They're giving you constant clues of what's going on for them and what their inner work is. You don't need to spell it out to them, what their inner work is. You don't need to point at them and telling them what to do. It is about you noticing where they're at and empowering them. This is so exciting. This is truly your humanitarian work. So remember, hurt people will hurt people because they're trying to show you what their inner work is. So when you remove the personal factor in this and see that they are a puzzle for you to be able to help us solve, and you're not doing the work all yourself, it's teamwork, but noticing you can guide them to figure out where the pieces of the puzzle go versus pushing them aside and physically putting all the pieces of the puzzle, which is actually their puzzle, to finish and master. We know you do this, or you enable others because you love them, and you empower others because you love them. But there is a difference in delivery, and there is a difference in their learning and stepping up and inspiring themselves. We are wanting you all to stop following influencers and leaders who may not have your best interests at heart. And so how could you possibly think leading your friends and family is going to be the solution? It kind of is, but it also isn't. They need to find the path within themselves. They need to find the path to them and remember who they are and have that connection. So it is so profound, the connections you're having with your friends and family right now. And we know many of you are being pulled in every which way direction as everyone is seeking your high frequency vibrations, because you are basically a sparkling little unicorn to them. They love that about you, and they can't understand how you got it and they didn't. And they feel hurt, and sometimes they will feel angry and resentful. Why do you not have any problems? Why are you not freaking out about the world at the moment? It's all turned upside down and it's absolutely madness. They're confused why you have the inner peace. How did you get it? Do you not know about the dangers and fears? They will want to try and tell you about the dangers and fears because they think you're oblivious to it. See how they're reacting to you. Consider their position, consider their perspective. If they're coming from fear, everything will look scary to them and they will be so afraid. They don't need to be afraid of themselves. They can love themselves. They can trust themselves. Powerful things happen when you start trusting yourself and loving yourself with true honesty and knowing who you are. Know the difference between your guides and your consciousness and your ego. Your subconscious is always within you, prodding you, trying to get your attention. It's not your conscious mind. Your self, your subconscious, and your guides are all within you. So it's different. You have to discern from your ego and your guides who are all within you. There's a party in your body and your mind. You just have to be introduced to which is which. Who is the one that's based in fear? Who is the one that tells you you have doubts and limitations and blockages? Who is telling you what? Does it sound like us empowering you and encouraging you to keep a high vibration, to keep a higher perspective, love all? Or are you thinking and telling yourself something else? We would always say you're all equal, you're all on this journey together, you're just at different stages of your evolution. As you are working and mastering through your emotions, you know we are very balanced and neutral. Is that what you hear inside yourself when you're trying to navigate moving forward? You know the difference between worry and doubt and judgment. How are you perceiving our information, even through these sessions? Are you being triggered? If so, what? You will have some faith and some belief systems that may no longer be serving you. You can't even remember where you have developed those indoctrinations. You're confused. This information's conflicting to others, and you don't know where you stand. And so this is the great time to go within and ask, where do you stand? Where is your moral compass for you? Where is the truth for you? What is the information for you? Hearing other people's information is not hearing you. Your teams are, we want to say, yelling inside of you. Listen to us, we have all the answers. But many have ignored that. They are really your first, when you ask a question and you have a consideration and a ponderment, you stop and feel within yourself, where is your guidance here? What is the significance? What is the purpose here? And then you hear us respond to you, but because you have self-doubt, you shove it away. No, can't be right. That was just my ego. That was the first thing I thought of. Can't be right. Must be this. Must be something else. And that's when you will push us aside, and your ego will tell you everything that you think your ego should be telling you as step-in versions of us. And that is fine. If you can find your profound joy and higher frequency perspective, and you can see that you're equal to all, and that you have unconditional love for all, including yourself, and your ego is guiding you there, fantastic. Well done. Completely mastered this. Sometimes we will be guiding you to remind yourself of that, to have that balance, to have that neutrality, to be of service, to assist, to share when you see people lost, when people are trying to find who they are, when they're scared and they're reacting. Being a genuine friend may feel sometimes challenging when you don't know the right words, and it feels like there is a lot of inner work there that they are still processing through. Just because you're going to support a friend who has lots of inner work doesn't mean that their inner work is your responsibility. Loving each other is your responsibility. And how do you define what happens next? Many people want to save everyone, and not everyone is your responsibility to be saved. So check your agenda, check where you are aiming to spend your efforts and energy. Keep it simple for you if you are unsure. Your body will be telling you where you should be spending your energy. And many of you need to have downtime, go within time. Some of you find you're going in with quiet time when you're in a very chaotic, noisy space. Find what works for you. Don't assume it has to be how others work. You know you the most. And so go with that. You have it all within you. You have all the answers within you, because we are all within you. Literally, physically within you. We are in your senses. Imagine for a second that we are your imagination. We are your inner third eye, your mind's eye. We are where your dreams are located. It's within you. Don't associate us with organs. We are not part of your organs. We want to say, imagine that your body is the largest thing, and everything within your body, inside your body, is complete universes. We are there, hanging out. You understand that time is a man-made illusion, and we can say so is space. And you are everything and nothing. You are everything and nothing. You are all and nothing at the same time. Where does your ego get tripped up when we say that? When we say you are all, do you own it or do you shake it off? When we say you are nothing, are you hurt by it or do you shake it off and see the duality of being everything? Whatever we say that triggers you, this is a great opportunity for growth, and you've heard this time and time again. But many of you feel like the 3D world is the biggest trigger of all, and why would you want to go and spend extra time seeking and finding more inner work to master? We are wanting you to discover who you are and how you relate and how you react to certain things. We want you to be honest with yourself. Do you have an inflated ego or a deflated ego? And some of you have both, to different aspects. You may feel like you know and master your job, so you have an inflated ego with that, but your home life feels like it sucks, and you don't have much what you are proud of for many reasons. You don't feel like you've got true, profound source love energy and a soulmate. And we say that's not possible. But we know that you all want these things. And again, it's like saying you want to fly with your physical body. It is not capable. You're not capable of doing that. Sure, you can jump off a cliff, but how far will that flying work for you? You see butterflies and birds, and you just feel like that should be me. Why can't I do that? It is equivalent of knowing and feeling what love, the best capacity of love is here. And then when you feel that divine source energy of love, it is so overwhelming, it brings you to tears. Some of you have had moments of this, and this is what many of you crave for, is that profound connection to source, that profound pure love. It's so addictive. That's why you constantly are seeking it. And we're saying you can feel that within yourself. But when you have doubt, when you have fear, when you have worry, when you are distracted, when you're doing everything else but going within self, how does one accomplish feeling that profound source love energy? We are excited to see how things will unfold. We also feel like things are dragging because it should have awoken, many should have awoken, and they're still ignoring. They're still distracted. And we're saying some of the light workers are still ignoring, and they're still distracted. And because you all have and should have a higher maturity perspective of unconditional love, you should be able to master through so many who are lost and confused and afraid. You do not need to tell them your truth about what's going on and why, but you should be able to nurture them and assist them and empower them through their density by inspiring them to trust that bigger things and better things and everything's purposeful, They have their own teams that love them. They have you that love them. They can even have themselves to love them if they choose. We would really appreciate everyone to be in that higher frequency of love, because that does ripple out and it is contagious and it is your responsibility to do so. It is such a pleasure to have that higher frequency. That inner peace is priceless. And it is time for you to share more than you've shared before, how you mastered and how you discovered and how you became to find yourself on your journey of your awakening to find inner peace. If you had to write your own poem, your own letter, your own explanation, your own manual, your own guide to how did you find this inner peace you have found, what were the steps you took? What did you learn worked for you and didn't work for you? How would you try to explain it to someone who says to you, I want what you have? Because I'm freaking out about all of this nonsense in the third dimension and you seem like you are actually okay with it and comfortable. What is your secret? And your secret is that you empowered yourself, that you trusted that all has to be a purpose and significant reasons to awaken humanity to itself. Of course, that is our words. You may have to simplify it. How did you find your inner peace? How did you discover that you were worthy of self-love? How did you discover that having unconditional love for everyone boosts your own energy, makes you flourish, makes you shine, makes you irresistible to those people who are struggling with density? We feel like we have said enough. But the things we could never say enough to you is that we love you. We are always here for you. We will never turn our backs on you. We are always here. But you have an internal struggle with your ego and your worry because of inflated ego or deflated ego. Know the difference in where you're at. Be honest with yourself. We love you regardless, but this is a journey you must overcome and master and work through. Some of you, we would like to say with much love, humble yourselves to be able to connect into yourself. And others, we would like to say, embrace yourselves. You are so worthy. Stop being afraid. Stop being meek. See your beauty. See your strength. See your integrity. We know that many of you have been such beautiful gifts to humanity that you have been jumped on, stood on, chewed up and spat out. And we know that you're afraid of that again. Face your fears. Face your fears. The more you love yourself, the less you're going to allow yourself to be treated like that again. And you will see it's not personal, it is merely those people reacting because they are hurt. Hurt people love. Hurt people hurt people. People in love people. Make the changes you want to see in this world. Be this ripple effect. You are more powerful than you know. Focus on positivity. Focus on the change that you want to see for all to grow. Be that leader. Be that influencer of love. With that balanced ego. With that empowerment and positivity. To be honest to all. Be not afraid to speak of anything. Own your truth. Own your power. Be open and respectful to all others. Have no arguments because you're in neutrality. Accept all. You cannot change others when you are judging them. You can only inspire others. The vehicle is saying that we're sounding like Hallmark cards and it's too cheesy for words. And we are saying Are you judging us, Joanne? Oh, she is saying too many people just find this cheesiness too generic. They hear it all the time. How are they supposed to apply it? And we say, with one attitude at a time, with one step at a time. Praise yourself for your own growth. Praise others for their positive growth. And see the ripple effect. We say this with so much love. We love you, we love you, we love you.